Hi, welcome to Jen Thoden TV. I am your host, Jen Thoden, and this is where I share real life experiences with my online businesses to help you create a business that you love around topics that you're interested and passionate about and actually make money online doing it. So, welcome. When you think about your business and when you think about, oh, how great is it going to be to own my own business? It's going to be amazing. You probably might have some little bit of romantic idea of being able to sit out on a beach and have your business running while you're relaxing. Maybe you're working from your home office, off of your laptop. Uh, uh, you know, it, we have an idea of what it means to have an online business. And usually it has a lot to do with having that location and time freedom. And we just assume that the financial freedom aspect of it, right? I mean, the idea, the great idea of having your own business is that you don't have to work for anyone else. You can make all your own rules and make, hopefully, a lot of money running your business. I mean, that's kind of why we always get so excited about starting our own business. And having an online business gives you that location freedom and hopefully time freedom. But here's what happens a lot with most people when they start out working at creating their business and starting their business up. We have a tendency to work 60 plus hours. And you might have a full-time job and you might come home in the evenings and work at your business, which is a perfectly normal thing to happen in the very beginning when you're first getting started out. You're going to have to put in the time and the energy to kind of kickstart your business. But as the business starts to grow and as you start to make some money and you're building it, keep in mind where you actually want to be at some point. There's a big difference with being able to quit your full-time job, whatever that is, and running your business full-time and actually having the freedom that you actually want. Because there's no point in working your ass off at a full-time job that you may not really like, working your ass off at your business, and then when you're ready, continue to work your ass off for yourself full-time. And where in there did you actually improve the quality of life? Now, don't get me wrong, working from home, having your own business probably is an improvement from maybe where you came from. So I'm not necessarily saying it's not worth it. But I would like you to consider, when you think about how great it is to own your own business, consider and think about how you're going to get there so that when you are working on your business full time, it's only for a few hours a day. If you are working on your business, we'll say 4 hours a night after your job, grow your business so that when you finally are able to quit your job and work for yourself full time, you actually only have to still put in 4 hours. That is when you start to have that freedom that everyone so desires when they think about running a business. But actually it doesn't happen because you just transfer all that that time and energy into your business and you're still working your butt off. And you don't have that time freedom and you don't have that location freedom. So being able to being able to work your business full time, that's a huge milestone. And if you are doing that, congratulations. It takes people a few years to get there, to make that transition, because it's a little scary. And you want to make sure you're paying the bills. I mean, money isn't everything, but money sure is important when you need to pay the bills and make sure you have a quality of life that you're happy with. So if you're doing that, that's great. Congratulations to that. And if you're not, you'll get there. Once you have the choice of working for your business full time, you've established a little bit of that financial freedom. Financial freedom meaning that you are working for yourself, you're creating your own money, you're not answering to anyone else necessarily, and you're on a path of your own, self-sufficiency, right? Your own business. Now it's time to think about how you can actually set yourself up so that you have your time freedom and, if it's important, your location freedom. I know for me, when I envision being my ultimate business online, it's to have complete time freedom, meaning I can work whenever I want. I cannot work whenever I want, and it's still running and still making money. I don't have to answer to anybody to take a vacation, right? And the location freedom, which is key. Now, the reality is, in my own personal situation right now, I don't have complete location freedom. And that's because I have kids and they're in school, and I can't just pick up and go to the Bahamas for a month because they have soccer and gymnastics, and I have a life around my kids' school and my kids and my family. So I don't have that complete location freedom just yet, but I will. And I can run my business from anywhere because I've set it up where I am not dependent on anything physical. And here's what I mean by that. And these are just things that you should think about and consider when you're growing your business and where you actually want to be. So if you decide that you want to sell a product, actual physical product, I sell physical products. Consider that, at first you may actually have to hold the inventory and you may actually have to physically ship them. That's the reality of business. Sometimes you have to do some of those things before you can really get off the ground. But you need to start to think about if location freedom is a priority for you, it's part of your vision of your life, then at some point that needs to get offloaded somewhere else, whether you start to drop ship or you have someone run a small warehouse for you. You hire someone part-time to ship your products, and the products go to, the large shipments come to them first and then they ship them. There's a lot of different ways you can get out of doing that. But it's really important to start thinking about what's holding me back from having that location freedom, for example. If it's time freedom that's really the most important to you and you're perfectly happy not necessarily having location freedom, okay. Well, if you're working 60 hours a day on your business, what can you do to free that time up? Can you look at what you're doing every day? Is there something that you're doing that you could pay someone fairly inexpensively to do for you to free that time up? How many things are you taking on yourself, right? That you could, when willing, start to delegate that out a little bit, piece by piece, so that you are reducing the number of hours that you have to do in a day. Now, if you want to work 40 hours a week because that's your choice, that's completely different, right? That's a choice. But if you have to, if you become a slave to your own business, I'm not sure exactly if you're any better than you were before, right? I mean, money is great. Paying the bills is important. But if you're still bogged down in front of your computer for, 10 plus hours a day, I don't know necessarily if you have a better quality of life or you have the quality of life that you really, really want. So it's just some things to think about. When you have that vision and you start to realize that you don't have it yet, what do you need to do to get there? What are the things that you may not choose to do for your business? Or if you do, like, you want to ship a product or something like that, what are your options so that you're not bound by a location because you can't go on vacation for a week because the shipments won't go out? All right. I've done this. I've had a warehouse with thousands of products. And when I first started out, I did it all myself. And what I discovered was that if I chose to not be at home, because I worked out of my garage in my basement, when I chose to not be at home, whether it was for vacation or personal things or whatever, the orders just didn't ship. And as the business started to grow, I was not able to scale with it. that's when I had to make some hard decisions that actually turned out to be not so hard once you actually make the decision and do it, which is I got a business office space. I hired someone part-time to help me, and life gets a lot easier. And what's interesting is that when even though I kind of held back trying to pay someone, it turned out that I freed myself up to actually grow the business and make more. So it's really interesting that ebb and flow of finally making the leap and paying someone. And yes, that means you earn a little less, or your business earns a little less. But ultimately, the goal is that you can actually earn more because you can actually focus on growing your business and being happy and enjoying what you're doing because you're not killing yourself and being a slave to your business. So financial freedom, always pretty much the first goal. You really want to be focusing on your passion and your dream, and not splitting your time and energy between working full time and your business. It makes it really hard, right? You have a long day at work. You still have to come home and try to do something for yourself. So work on growing that business, getting that financial freedom where you have a choice to work on your business full time, and then start to think about how you can get to where you want to be, whether it's the time freedom or location freedom or both. What do you have to do to get there? And it may take a year or so, or a couple years, to completely get there, but it's so worth it, right? To do that for yourself, for your family, the legacy that you're building, your business, and hopefully your business is doing good things for other people. So it's all good. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my podcast out on iTunes, to the video cast out on YouTube, and you can always visit the blog at jenthoden.com. Thanks so much for listening, and see you guys and talk to you guys in another episode. Bye for now.